Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was directed by J.A. Bayona and is the 5th installment in the Jurassic Park franchise. And this time around, this film takes place after the events of Jurassic World and stuff like that. So basically, Owen and Claire are told that there's going to be this massive extinction event on the island and stuff like that at Isla Nublar and stuff like that. Apparently there's going to be this massive volcano erupting and stuff like that, and it's going to cause extinction to all the dinosaurs that are on that island and stuff like that. And they have to try to think of a way to go save all those dinosaurs, as well as saving Blue, the last raptor, the last kind of her species and stuff like that, who's also who's basically close to Owen in the last movie and stuff like that. So they're going to the island and stuff like that. And in the other half of the movie, they find themselves in the mainland and stuff like that. And this corporation is like making these hybrid dinosaurs and stuff like that. And the movie just goes from there and stuff like that. So in my movie reviews, I basically just talk about what I liked about the movie and stuff like that. And then and later in my review, I'll get to the flaws and stuff like that. Right now, I think I'm going to talk about the things that I didn't like about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and then I'm going to get to the things that I really did like about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So first, let's get to the things that I did not like about this movie. First off, the villains in this movie, they are so cartoonish. They feel like cartoonish villains. They're not really that great at all, actually, and stuff like that. And they were flat compared to the storyline and stuff like that. And another thing that didn't really work for me for this movie was the characterization was sometimes poor in this movie, actually. There's a character named Franklin in this movie. He's an alright, somewhat likable character, I guess. His character gets annoying sometimes, honestly. And I can't believe he bugged me in the movie often and stuff like that. But I didn't think he was a terrible character. I just thought he was alright. But anyway, the second act of this movie did drag a little bit, honestly, and stuff like that. The second half did drag and stuff like that, compared to the first and the last act and stuff like that. But yeah. But those are basically the things that I did not like about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Let's talk about the things that I really liked about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This movie is extremely beautifully directed. J.A. Bayona has directed this movie really, really great, actually. It has a great pace to the storyline and stuff like that. The first half of the movie is really fun when they're on the island and stuff like that. It's interesting to see the writing in this movie, even though the characterization isn't that great. I think that the first half of this movie really does make up for the story and stuff like it. The first half, when they're on the island and stuff like that, is really fun stuff. The second half does drag a little bit, but it's still somewhat enjoyable and stuff like that. And I thought the Indoraptor was a pretty cool hybrid and stuff like that. I like that they didn't necessarily show it. I like that they didn't necessarily show it that much. But I think it would have been nice if it's just a little, if it had just a little more screen time, in my opinion. But I like that they didn't go overboard with showing the hybrid too much in the movie, because it was probably like maybe in the last 50 to 40 minutes of the film. Chris Pratt is really good in this movie as Owen, as well as Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she is a lot better in this movie than she was in Jurassic World, in my opinion. Honestly, she has a lot more things to do in this movie and stuff like that. You can tell that her character's a little bit upgraded and stuff like that. And that's one thing that I did appreciate about the characterization and stuff like that a little bit. And yeah, and stuff like that. The second half was alright and stuff like that, but the story dragged a little bit sometimes. This movie also does get pretty emotional and stuff like that, and moments and stuff like that, but it never really had that like emotional, hardcore feel and stuff like that, like the first Jurassic Park did. Or it never captured the magic like the first Jurassic Park did, because that movie was a masterpiece. Jurassic Park is one of my all-time favorites and stuff like that. This movie never really captured the magic or hardcore feel of dinosaurs. It showed it in some emotions and stuff like that, but it didn't really do that much, just like in the first movie. And it's because of the characterization that I mentioned The characterization is not that great in this movie, but it's not terrible either. But let me just get to the point. I did enjoy this movie. I liked it. I really did. In my opinion, not as good as Jurassic Park: The Lost World or Jurassic World, but I thought it was way better than 3. It was fun enough and stuff like that. I did enjoy the movie. I really did. There was surprisingly a lot of people in the theater when I went and stuff like that, and a lot of people were wearing their Jurassic Park shirts along with me. But as a huge fan of Jurassic Park, I enjoyed Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I really did. Is this movie great? No. Is it perfect? No. Is it good? Yes, it is. And now let me tell you honestly, this film is not going to be for all Jurassic Park fans. This movie is going to get mixed thoughts from all audiences around the globe and stuff like that. There's going to be mixed audiences of people who love this movie and people who hate this movie. So if you're really excited to see this movie, do not walk in expecting classic Jurassic, because you're not going to get that. J.A. Bayona decided to take this franchise in a new direction along with the help of Colin Trevorrow. And I thought he somewhat succeeded in stuff like that. It wasn't perfect. It honestly wasn't. But I did appreciate the direction that he went with, even though it wasn't great or amazing. I thought it was fun enough. And I also gotta say, I can't do a Jurassic Park review without mentioning the animatronics and CGI in this movie. CGI is top notch. Absolutely 100% amazing in this movie. My opinion, this is the third best special effects in the entire franchise. After The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park. And yeah, this is the third best. It has the third best special effects and practical effects. The animatronics, there are a lot more animatronics in this movie than Jurassic World. The animatronics are astounding. They really are. There are shots like where you can see some animatronics as Blue and stuff like that. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But they show Blue as a velociraptor in one certain scene, and it's an animatronic, and it looks so gorgeous and stuff like that. Thank God we got animatronics in this movie. And honestly, there are emotional scenes in this movie that got a lot of people in the theater and stuff like that. I'm not going to spoil what the scenes are, but the scenes are pretty emotional and stuff like that. The last act of this movie was pretty fun. I think that's where the movie got extreme sci-fi and a horror feel to it and stuff like that. And I gotta say, I was enjoying myself during the last act of this film. And I just gotta say, the opening of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, fantastic. It is great. Honestly, it's fantastic. It captures the suspense and thrills somewhat like the opening did from the first Jurassic Park movie and stuff like that. And which, by the way, I noticed something about Fallen Kingdom. They have some certain scenes where you can tell you've seen before in another Jurassic Park movie. Like, for instance, no spoilers and stuff like that, but it occurs in the third act of the movie and stuff like that. And you can tell that's straight up from Jurassic Park and stuff like that. I mean, we've seen this before, but you just can't step away from it because it's enjoyable and stuff like that. At least I found it enjoyable. But like I said, this movie is not going to be for every Jurassic Park fan or even every audience member in general. Not everyone's going to love this movie. There are going to be people who hate this movie and others who love it. I personally had a good time with Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to see it again so I can examine it more and stuff like that. And do I recommend this movie? Yes, I really do recommend this movie. I think you should check it out. I really did like this movie. I think it's a really good fit in the Jurassic Park franchise. It's way better than the third Jurassic Park, but it is not as good as Jurassic Park, The Lost World, or Jurassic World. But it's still, I think it's a good movie. It's a good enough fun thriller and action and stuff like that, suspense, and it has some horror elements to it throughout some parts of the second and third act of the movie. I really enjoyed Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And I do recommend checking this out. And if you do walk in viewing this movie as a different concept compared to all the other Jurassic Park movies, because the story is vastly different compared to all the other Jurassic Park movies, you might enjoy this movie or you might hate it. But even if you think this movie is going to be bad, I think you should still check this movie out because every movie deserves a chance to be seen by audiences. I'm going to give Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom a B-. It definitely does have enjoyment in it and stuff like that. It's just that there are so many things to like about this movie and things that just fall flat in this movie and stuff like that. Not terrible at all. I think this is a good movie in my opinion. Not everyone's going to agree with me, but Anyway, I really did enjoy this movie, and I can't wait to see it again. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching my review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Look forward to other reviews that I'll be doing that are coming up soon and stuff like that. You guys are the best. Love every single one of you and stuff like that. And for those of you who have seen my review for this movie on Facebook, who read it, thank you guys so much. Shout out to you guys and stuff like that. You guys are the best. I love every single one of you. And as always, I am Mario Fan 520, and I will see you next time. Peace out.